Hey, you guys, it's Megan James, and you are now tuned into the Hollywood Group Chat podcast, period. And we have a very special guest today. We have Miss Karlissa, aka Mama Blueface.
Hey y'all.
What's
Hey y'all.
what do people be calling you?
DaMama.
DaMama? Okay, so aka DaMama. Um, we are really excited to have you. We had a lot of questions from like your fans, my fans, Blueface fans. So everybody want to know what's tea and what the scoop is with you guys. This episode is sponsored by Sugar and Spiked. This is a dessert company out of LA, and they have desserts and they spike them with alcohol.
Okay.
So you want to try one?
I sure do.
Okay, cool.
You already getting me drunk, girl.
Okay, well I'm gonna take a bite.
You see how big I am, girl?
Girl, you is not that big.
Okay.
I've seen bigger mamas. You look good.
Thank you.
I don't want to take. Let me take one.
You let me know how it tastes.
So let me try.
I'll take it home for cheat day. So
Okay.
don't eat it all.
I got one for you in here.
Okay, cool.
Okay, y'all. So this is from Sugar and Spiked. I've had it in my refrigerator, so I don't know what the hell, but I'm just gonna be real greedy and just eat it. It's giving brownie cookie. I don't know. It's pretty good though. I wonder if it's gonna have me drunk after this.
Might be a little high, but maybe not drunk.
You think it's edible?
It's probably like edible.
Ooh, I don't want to eat no edible. Girl, edibles
take
are
over.
not. The last time I took an edible, I went to the hospital. This episode is also sponsored by Ravage Cognac. I didn't already pour Miss Karlissa up. You want some?
Yes, please.
Period.
Don't be telling them you already gave me some.
I mean, I already had some too.
Hey, well, come on now.
Oh, okay.
All right, there we go. Right here, there we go.
All right.
We got a whole hour of this.
We do have a whole
and
hour.
I know you about to turn up.
And I'm about to-
Period.
Period, Miss Karlissa. Period.
Period.
Okay, cool. So, first question. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, you know, where you're from, how your childhood was.
I am from Youngstown, Ohio. My childhood was like most people in the 90s. Well, 70s. I was born in the 70s, but 90s is where it shook, the crack era. My mom was on drugs. My father was homeless, and it was a struggle. But beyond that, we made it, and I graduated high school. I moved to Los Angeles, California to come out here. I thought I was going to be Halle Berry.
Period.
That didn't happen. Got to having kids and kind of got on my own journey and double back, and here I am.
So, with your parents, like, you know, having the addiction and problems that they had, how was your relationship with them? Like, did you get along with them? Did you resent them? Like, how was your relationship?
It's a strain until you like bring it up. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to revisit the hard times. I feel like with the trauma that it causes, it should be talked about more often, more freely. It's definitely caused a strain on my relationship with my mom.
So I was doing some research, and just like you just told me that you came to California to be an actress, and on one website it said that you came to California to be an actress, and you felt that you weren't landing any roles because you were overweight, or people kept telling you no because they thought you were overweight. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, Hollywood, you don't have to worry about that, but Hollywood is very, very, at least back then.
It still is.
More, really? I'm seeing y'all looking a lot thicker these days.
Yeah, but they don't like thick girls in California. I've learned, like, they like skinny, itty-bitty, like, Barbie model type girls. Like, I'm from the South. Everybody in the South got ass and titties. Like, and that's not a thing here. They don't like it. They don't like it.
No, in fact, when I got here, I was so excited because the first friend that I made was kind of like into the loop. Like, you know, we would just call it a groupie loop, whatever. We was, here, we was there. And I thought, coming from Ohio, I was a 10 there, so I could come here with my ball, short haircut, and my thickness. And they was, she was like, no, you got to put a weave in. You got to do this. You got to do that. I'm like, nah, I got this. I get to the door, it's like Michael Jordan party, a little basketball gig, and they like, this one, you. And I'm like, oh, they hating because I'm dark skinned.
Girl, it's still like that.
Yeah.
It is. It's still like that in Hollywood. That's why I don't be hanging out here. I be in Atlanta with the niggas.
It's pretty painful. But she put that weave in. She put that push-up bra on. She got me together. It was like, you. I said, I thought so.
Period.
Period.
So at what age did you have your children? How many children do you have?
I have 3. I had the first one at 17. I had Callie at 4 years later. And then I had Jonathan Blue at 24.
So how was it like being a young mom? Like what were the struggles of being a young mom in the was that the 90s? Yeah.
Yeah. It was it was probably the worst thing in California that you could ever possibly experience.
So y'all don't get pregnant wherever my camera's at.
Please don't get
Don't get
pregnant.
pregnant.
Not if you got a dream.
Mhm.
Don't get pregnant. Now, if you in the country somewhere and you know you want to smoke a pack of cigarettes and hang out, but if you have a dream or God put something on your heart, put yourself first.
Mhm.
Don't put anything before your dreams. It was definitely tough. I mean, you got the guns, you got the gangs, you got the drugs, you got LA it's fire.
Mhm.
It's very, very hot. And if you're not ready and you got kids, you could end up under one of them bridges.
Mhm. Did you have to raise the kids on your own, and are they all from like one man, or do you
No,
have different dads?
you done heard everybody on the internet say I got 3 baby daddies.
I actually never heard
I've
that.
been married 3 times, and
At least you was married.
yeah.
Period.
But still, yeah.
Mhm.
Just that good coochie where you know you got to tie it down. It's not just the coochie. I'm a good woman overall. I was
Mhm.
just joking, but overall, I'm a good person.
Mhm.
You know, I'm gonna see it through. I'm gonna make sure it gets done, and you know, I'm responsible and respectful and very loving.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was fortunate enough to have 3 marriages. I'm on my last, and I'll never do that again. I'll never leave. Nothing will make me walk away. Y'all could go get them and play with them for the night. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't losing my
Period.
seat, losing my feet, none of that.
Period. So what's different from the husband that you have now versus the husbands that you had before?
Um, Honestly, I'm not gonna downplay like all of the marriages and the people was just bad timing. They're really good people. They're really good fathers. I don't have anything negative to say about anyone. The husband, however, that I have now is somebody that I got to pick because my kids were, you know, graduating high school, going off to college. And I just got to pick, like, you know, not based on finances, not based on, you know, where they live
Mhm.
or, you know, I just got to pick someone genuinely for me.
Okay. Oh, I love that
Yeah.
mood. Okay, so we're gonna lighten up the load a little bit. We're gonna play a little game.
Okay.
Okay, so this game is called red flag or green flag. So all of us know like what a red flag nigga is and then what a green flag nigga is. So you just gonna give me your opinion on these statements, and you're just gonna be like red flag or green flag, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Somebody giving small gifts early on in the dating process, red flag or green flag?
Wait, what was red? Red was stop, don't go.
Red is like, you know how people be like, oh, he toxic, that's a red flag. Oh, he a narcissist, that's a red flag. Like,
Okay.
green flag is like, okay, that's cool. Red flag is
That's
like,
what
nah,
I-
there's something wrong with him.
Okay, so if he does what?
Giving small gifts early on in the dating process, red flag or green flag?
Red flag.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Why?
Because that's what my second husband did. I literally met him, you know, on a movie set, you know, with the kids, and you know, we exchanged numbers, and he was like in the management and you know, an attorney, you know, some stuff for TV, and I gave him our headshots, and he just showed up at my house, and I went
Did he have a
mobbing out.
gift?
Wait a minute. Let me
Okay.
get you. When I went mobbing outside, to like my son, like, you know the dude from the da-da-da-da-da. So I go outside, house shoes, ghetto as hell, ready to cuss him out.
Mhm.
And he had a bunch of Tiffany shit.
Aw, we love to
So
see
red
it.
flag for sure. Nobody just gives gifts in the beginning.
Okay. So a guy wanting to share locations on his phone, red flag or green flag?
Red flag.
A guy that's friends with his exes, red flag or green flag?
Let's drink to that one. I don't know.
Okay, we could drink to that.
It could be red. It could be red, and it could be green. Yeah.
Why? Because my friend, like my boyfriends can't be friends. Well, like, what you need to be friends with your ex for? Now, if it's actually, you know, I take that back. If it's an ex from like middle school, high school, baby school, that's
Baby
fine.
school.
I don't care. But if it's like your most recent ex or an ex that you still love and it's not your baby mom, like, you don't need to be friends with her for what? What you need from her?
Okay, let me stop faking. Yeah, my husband can't have no friends.
Period. What he need friends for? You got you.
But I mean, if it's like a baby mama or somebody like that, you still have to communicate with.
Mhm.
You don't really have much of a choice.
Right.
But yeah, just to like hang out. Yeah, I tried that. That don't work.
No. Okay. 40 plus with no kids, red flag or green flag?
Red flag.
I would agree.
Yeah.
A guy that makes less than 6 figures a year.
Red flag.
A guy with 3 plus baby moms.
Being that I have 3 baby dads, it's definitely a red flag.
A guy with a nose ring.
Red flag.
A guy that's abnormally close to one of their parents or siblings.
Green.
Really?
I mean, why shouldn't they be very close?
Like, are you like pro mama's boys? Because I don't really like mama's boys.
I don't think because somebody is close to their parents or their siblings that they're.
I said abnormally.
How do you get abnormally cloudy? How would
Like, if you call your mom for every little problem in your relationship, asking her opinion on what color you should wear your drawers,
say hi, I love you.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. But if you call your mom asking her like, Mom, like, what color boxer should I wear today? Like, that's weird.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
You know, that's a red flag.
But if you call your mom, like, what's the restaurant doing today? Or
oh yeah, that's
what's the
fine.
Dogs doing today?
Just to check on them every day. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna get to the real tea to scoop and the real questions that all the fans want to know. Okay.
His fans, your fans, or my fans?
Everybody, all of them. Okay, cool. So, okay, rumors and fan questions. Before we start, you guys, rumors and fan questions. Okay. Why are you so involved in your son's relationship statuses, and are you the same with your daughter?
Yes. And the reason why is because they're in fast forward relationships that they should not be in.
What is a fast forward relationship?
Like they're less than 30 with kids already. I didn't raise them to do this. So now, in order to get through this and make sure that they're treating these grandkids that are now my kids properly or the way that I want them to be treated, I have to be hands-on. I don't really have a choice.
So, like, what age do you think is too young to have a child?
Anything under 30.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
I wish I would have had kids in my 20s.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because after, like, I'm 32, like, ain't no snapping back.
That's the perfect, yes, 32 is a snapback.
Where?
What do you mean where?
I don't know.
You seen Janet Jackson? Like, girl.
She rich as fuck.
You are too. You will be. Come on now, let's confess. You on the road.
So you say you're on the
you're gonna be right now. You're gonna meet the man of your dreams, and you're not gonna have to hesitate. You're not gonna have to like make excuses for loud kids, and not be able to take long trips. And you're gonna be able to fall in love, and do like I'm doing late in life.
Can you give me like as far as your daughter, how like in what way are you involved in her relationship statuses? Like, do you not like any of her boyfriends, or do you just how do you?
I did not approve of her last husband.
Oh, she was married. Yes.
Yeah, remember? She said I lit the candle wrong on purpose. Callie is very she listens and she's open and she's not disrespectful. So if I say how I feel, I don't have to keep reiterating. You know what I mean? I could just say this is not a good idea. She's either going to do it or she's not going to do it. And then I just have to deal with it. With my sons, it's a little different because it's women. Like when it's your daughter, you could say, shut the fuck up, sit down. When it's your sons and it's another woman, the woman usually kind of controls the environment and the situation. So it's a little bit different. So you have to stay in their ear a little bit more.
Right. Do you feel like you played a part in the way that Jonathan treats and talks to women? Because he be talking to girls crazy as hell.
So these women will tell you that off camera, that is not Jonathan. So Jonathan is, and the reason why they stick around and they want to be with him is he's really a gentleman off camera. He's really like, twirling hair and playing with ears, and he's a gentle person. So off camera, Jonathan is not, and I don't want to like make it like, oh, he's fake or he's this, but that's not my son.
So he just be calling bitches just for the camera.
Yeah, we trolling.
He be trolling. Oh,
he be trolling.
Okay, so
I have never heard him call his baby mama a bitch in my life.
Never.
I've never
heard camera.
Him, off camera. Yeah, off camera. At the house with the kids, I've never heard him raise his voice at her.
But like they seem like they have a great relationship because I did an interview with Jaden. Was one of my first interviews, and they seem to have a cool relationship.
They do. They really do.
So he has
because you have to remember, like they've been together since they were 14, so they know each other in and out. She know that look, he know that look, and at the end of the day, I've trained them that no matter what for these kids, you are to remain friends. no matter what you decide to do in life, you have to be friends. These kids are first priority. So I don't think that Jonathan talks to Krishan like that off camera either. I think as soon as they turn the camera on, he's the type of person that, like, if you give him shit, that's what he's gonna give it back. He's not gonna.
I'm Aquarius, so I know.
Oh, okay.
I am. I am.
Yeah, so he's just gonna, whatever you give him, no matter who it is, me, his father, his sister, his brother, these women, he's gonna give it back. If you,
that's very
you see him, everything he says about baby mama is respectful. He hasn't said anything about her that his son would be upset about. So that should tell you.
That's true.
People got camera voices. We all have them. I'm pretty sure you're not the same way when you turn this mic on that you are with your friend or you at home with your mom.
Right. Are you in love with your son?
I am in love with all of my children.
I love that answer. That was a good answer. Yes. That was a good answer.
I'm in love with the kids these kids right here. I'm in love with them too.
Okay, so what part do you feel like you played in the demise of you and Jonathan's relationship?
So my older son had a long talk with me, and he sat down and he said, "Mom, Jonathan is harboring some feelings about you from turning the camera on when you first when we first got into our situation and I turned the camera on. I didn't purposely turn the camera on to destroy his career or to make people see him in a bad light. I turned that camera on because I felt like they respect their fans, him and Callie. And when their fans are around or involved, they are respectful. You know what I mean? They maintain a certain. So when I say I'm turning this camera on and didn't nobody stop, obviously I don't want my son and my daughter throwing blows. But they do, and they have. They brother and sister. That's what you get sometimes. I thought when I turned the camera on, at the time I had like 500 followers. I didn't know anything about screen record. I didn't know. All I knew is that they live by these people that watch them on the internet. So I thought when I turned the camera on, I said, look, it's on. I'm on live with y'all people on here. 500 fans. I had no idea that was going to go viral or anybody was going to see it or anything like that. So it wasn't purposely done. And my older son says that I basically destroyed his career when it was on an uprise. And my thing is like, boy, you have got to be kidding me. Y'all are ghetto, fabulous, famous, and y'all out here ripping each other apart. But the managers and the people, and I'm not going to say no names, always convince these kids that, your parents are your enemies when they do stuff like that. We don't know. We don't.
No, but we here to talk about it. So are you talking about whack?
I'm just going to say the managers because my husband said don't say nobody's name.
Okay, I'll say it. He got to
be who he got to be. He don't want it to be. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So they convinced these people like, oh, she messed up your Pepsi deal and your $1 million this. And motherfucker wasn't none of that. Stop lying to him. Your daddy stole this. Your daddy stole that. It was $5. Stop listening to him. And when he got into it with his dad, I told him, I said, Jonathan, I don't care if your dad stole $1 million. That motherfucker was there for us. He was there for you. Don't listen to nobody. And you better start talking to your daddy tomorrow because he wasn't going to talk to his daddy no more. Because these people told him that he stole this and he stole that. Your dad was riding you around, helping you with this career. We was all supporting you. If he was getting some money on the side, oh, well. Once he realized, oh, yeah, that's my dad. I don't do that. He listened to me. His dad was over the next week. We was all a happy family. We kept it pushing. This people telling him your mom's your enemy, your mom's your enemy, it's driving him crazy because they're throwing numbers at him that probably he'll never know if they ever existed. And even if that's something that I did and you felt like you destroyed my career, I'm sorry. If that's what you feel, my older son, was like, he resents you for this or that. And I'm just like, what? You think I purposely wanted to ruin your career?
So, how do you feel whenever people be like, oh, you're a clout chaser and you're a groupie, you're not a good mom? How do you feel when people say that?
At first, oh my God, I was like, the industry and the devil play tricks on you because I've prided myself on raising my kids and loving them with my whole heart, would do anything. I damn near caught a case trying to protect my older son. So they know in their heart that I would do anything for them. Get in the bushes, hide, take niggas out, whatever I got to do, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
I got people in Ohio that ain't got no fingerprints. I'm going to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt me because they believe that. Or they didn't speak up for me when they know where I've been and what I would do for them. So it hurt me. And then my sister, who I don't even really like now, we're like close. We wasn't that close at first. She pulled up and she was like, I just want you to know, because I was like down. Like I probably didn't even take a shower for like a week. Like I was just sitting there like, this is not happening to me. Like everybody used to say, you always praise those kids. They 6 feet tall. They so handsome. They so talented. Look at you laughing. Like, you know, family members behind the scenes that know how much I pride myself on being a mother and putting my kids first and putting my career last and putting everything about me last. So at first I was just done. And my sister pulled up and she said, I'm going to tell you a little secret. My daughter punched me in my head when I was driving the car down the road. My son threw some Chinese food on me. And shit gets real out here when kids get grown. And you just don't know that. Because, you know, everybody looks at her kids like, oh, they love her so much. And, you know, they're so perfect and their relationship's so perfect. So for her to come and give me that, and I hope she don't kill me for telling. I ain't say her name, though. But it picked me up in a way that I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I just don't hear nobody else's family stories because they keep, you know, I'm so transparent. I don't keep no secrets. I tell it if my drawers on backwards. Right. I don't mind.
Okay, so then, so why did you compare your son's PP to your husband's?
I was trolling, big time. The managers, the Illuminati people said, the way we gonna get her off the internet and to get her to shut up is we gonna make these people talk crazy to her and embarrass her, and she gonna run. And
the Illuminati people?
I've just, you know, you know what I'm talking about. Anybody that tell a child that their mama is their enemy, we know what that is.
Yeah.
Jonathan was raised by his mother. He never went in no foster care. He wasn't never over no auntie's house, this house, that house. I left him at college, and then I went and did my life. And I was even driving back and forth to the college to watch him play football. So I was in his life, you know, way too much for this to be the way it is. So
okay, so you told me that sometimes you guys just be trolling because it's part of the business, but so him disowning you, that's real life. Like his negative feelings towards you are real.
Sometimes I feel like, because he knows, he goes by, if he don't want nobody to have no clout, then he just won't say it. So sometimes when he says stuff, even when it's to Krishan, I feel like he just working. So I haven't talked to him. To find out where he's at with that. I haven't reached out because like I said, I was really hurt by that statement. Like if I mean, he went as far as like him and Krishan basically was like, we gonna pretend like we mad at each other and do this and do that. So sometimes I feel like even that was like, y'all, and then it just went left. You know what I mean? Cause I went with her and I was helping her out, you know, making sure she got her deal signed, and I didn't want to do it, but it was like he brought her home and he needed some help. So I was there and, you know, I was going to help with it.
So, whenever you said that you didn't think Krishan was pregnant, that was trolling, or did you really not think she was pregnant?
I really don't think she's pregnant.
You still don't?
I can't tell. One week it looks like this and the next week it looks like that. So I can't really tell.
I mean, do you expect to have a relationship with your new grandchild?
If I do, if I have a grandchild coming and I didn't have a relationship with it, yes, I would absolutely feel some type of way. If I don't, it's not going to kill me. Right. It's not something I'm signing up for. Like, that's a lot of work.
So, like, what's the status of, like, you and Jonathan's baby moms? Are y'all on all good terms? Yeah. Everything's cool?
Yeah. I mean, I was a little disappointed that I wasn't invited to the birthday party, but, you know, in layman's terms, she basically said it's him over you, and that's what it is, and I got to respect that. So, I mean, I understand that.
Okay, so how do you feel when people say things like, with moms like Black Chyna's and Bluefaces, they never had a chance?
I feel like they're talking about our children that we raised. I I feel like that's ludicrous.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know you. We don't know your mama. We can't sit and judge, what was good or what was bad. But you can judge us all day, and you can see what our book look like. You can see what our parenting looks like. You follow it. You troll it. You're a fan of it. So at the end of the day, it's like, I bet you want to be one of our children.
Has anyone ever told you that you are a narcissist?
Yes.
What do you feel the definition of a narcissist is? And what makes you not a narcissist, or do you think that you are one?
I think people just have created new words I feel like everybody is. I feel like at times, like you said, if you're trolling on this or you're doing something on this, it could be considered as a narcissist. But how do you know if I'm working or not working?
Mm-hmm.
The internet for me, Instagram for me is a business at the end of the day. I love the fans. I appreciate, all the women, the single women that reach out to me, that want advice from me, that pray for me. I appreciate that. But for me, at the end of the day, it's a business. I get off of there and I go cook and I clean. I take care of a husband. I take care.
Do you have any businesses?
I do.
Tell us about them.
I have Angelic Fitness, which is my weight loss group that's online. I've been doing that since 2016. I've helped over 100 women lose from 50 to 100 pounds, which that's my baby. It's what I love to do. Which is basically just coaching them, on different things different ways to be able to fit, fitness and meal prep into their lifestyle, even though, we're busy and chaotic and crazy. That's my baby. And then I've been doing Airbnbs. I have about 10 different other people's properties that I Airbnb out.
Are they all in California?
Yeah. And then I have a couple pieces of property in Ohio that I rent out, which is where I'm from.
What's the best gift that you ever received from your son?
This little card and candy that said, "You can always have my last bite."
Aww.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Everything he ate as a kid, no matter what it was, he always said, "Mom, do you want this last bite?"
Oh, that is so cute.
I know. And I would eat it even if I didn't want it. Mm-hmm. But my daughter was like, "You should have been asking that nigga for the first bite."
Okay, so what do you think it would take for you to mend your relationship with your son? And do you plan on taking the initiative to make things right with him?
I do not.
Why?
Because the last statement that he made after he seen me trying to accept him, even after all that I've been through, that was a lot for me. Like I went through so many emotions that, I had to pray, Lord, please don't let me hate one of my kids. Please don't let me be that mom. Please don't let me, Kobe's mom, I could see the pain on her in that situation that she went through, not being able to be a grandma or a mom to her son that she raised. And I didn't want to harbor that pain and resentment towards him. So I would reach out and I would, try to say little stuff on Instagram, just to let him know I'm your mom and I'm still here, even after the ass whooping, after, the disrespect. And I'm still here and I'm still your mom, and nothing's going to change that. And then some of the stuff that he just lets people say, you're supposed to check your friends. If my husband feels some type of way about my son after that, I'll remind him quick. That's my son, and that's what it is. Mm-hmm. And he respects that, and that's what it is. So I feel like when his friends or the Illuminati people are saying, "Your mama ain't shit." It's
the Illuminati for me.
Your mama ain't shit. Who needs enemies? You supposed to tell somebody, back up off me. That's my mama at the end of the day, regardless. If I need a kidney, I might have to go to her. So we gonna back up off of her and let her be mad right now because she did get her ass whooped. Her daughter did go through some bullshit, and she have every right to be mad.
So
He ain't.
So was that
he needed me to hop on that show because that bullshit needed us. It was what it was. Mm-hmm. It was, it was a cool day, even though he was still, in an uncomfortable place. It was like, oh, I need them again.
Okay, so the fight was real.
I don't think the fight was. So I think that when he thought that, because he had his phone and his camera, I think he thought, I was going to dust her off because I got hands too. Mm-hmm. But when I was in shock and just hit out of nowhere, I didn't have a chance. And I was just like, what the? And I think he even
It was like, wait.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like, because I looked at his eyes when, she was kicking me, and it was like, whoa, 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 like, you know what I mean? Like, he had to snap. He couldn't believe it either, I don't think.
Mm.
And it took me like, maybe a week or so just playing that whole thing back in my mind, because I'm like, do I do this, nigga? I got people from old Youngstown. Like, do we need to ride? Like, I'm like, whoa, 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 that's my son. Like, no, we ain't riding.
Like, how do you come back from something like that? Because if anybody ever put their hand on my mom,
the
not
grace
even like if
of
anybody fuck with my, like, no, ain't no coming back from that.
grace of God.
Trolling or not trolling, you draw a line in the sand with some stuff.
Yeah,
So
I think I drew the line with that. So yeah,
but y'all came back from that though, right?
We came back to where being able to be in the same room, but
Mhm.
we have never been back where we were. No, we
Mhm.
haven't been back where we were even since the first time where he thought I'm gonna have my bitches over and kick my sister out. Like, ever since that day, there's a part of him that's missing.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for that. Like, I believe that person is still there. And, my older son is like, Mom, you don't know what it's like out here to be a man and have to pay bills. And, your bills ain't like his bills. Like, he has to make, decisions based on finances and not emotions. And I had to look at it like, damn, my husband really will probably do the same thing
Mhm.
if it came down to, us eating or not,
Mhm.
and the situation that we have him in, or that he has us in, or vice versa, is boiling down to, his money. So at the end of the day, I forgive him. I love him. I always will. I feel like he still should have knocked her the hell out that day, because that's what would have happened if it was one of my other kids.
Mhm.
But I get it, He's always been the one in the family that makes, the logical decision for the future. Not he's a quarterback. He's never made decisions that, he hasn't calculated.
Mhm.
So he basically did exactly what we know him to do.
So do you believe that Krishan's baby belongs to your son? And if not, who is the baby daddy?
Well, one time I dipped out on his dad trying to be arrogant and ignorant, and I got pregnant, and the condom came off. I wasn't just, being lucid or weird. And something happened in the midst of that to where it was like, damn, I'm not sure. Just because I've been in that situation, I'm just gonna say we need to find out, and definitely needs to find out.
So why do you think they haven't taken the paternity test yet, or have they taken it?
I don't think,
Because you can take it if you're pregnant.
I mean, I think they should know by now. She announced that in January. Here we are in May. That's 5 months. I mean, we should damn near have a baby. My daughter had her son in 5 months.
Mm.
Yeah, we had a preemie in 5 months. So whatever's there is there. So I'm pretty sure if there's something there, they know.
Okay.
And maybe that's what the surprise is coming out. I don't know.
I haven't heard about a surprise. Tell us
Well,
about
they say every week they got a surprise for somebody. So.
Well, I want to know what the surprise is. You don't know?
I don't know. I did have a dream that she was pregnant with a boy.
Aww.
But then on Sunday, like 2 days later, I had these labor pains that didn't make sense.
Do you feel like you be like you're really intuitive? You give that.
Yeah.
So you had a dream she was pregnant with a boy, and then the next day she had labor pains.
I did.
Oh, you did.
I woke up.
So do you think she might be having the baby early? Like, what is your?
I don't know. That's why I said we have to wait.
What is your prophecy?
That's why I said I feel like she was, and then something happened, and I don't know. It could have been what happened to me. I got panicked and don't know. I'm not sure it's my husband's. So when I got an abortion, and I'm saying this because I want to be transparent. I don't want her to feel like any of this matters. Your personal life is your personal life. You know what I mean? If you make mistakes, you got to live with them. You don't have to be embarrassed of anybody. You don't have to live up to anybody's standards. So whatever it is that she got going on, shout out to her. And I don't. If she's a mom, good luck.
So how did you feel about the Crazy in Love show? Because I
felt like our episode should have told them what the fuck was wrong.
I tried to watch it, but like a lot of it like kind of like broke my heart a little bit. Like, why? Because it's just like me and Krishan have gotten into like an internet altercation due to the interview that I did with Jaden, which still don't have nothing against her. I don't know the girl or whatever, but she just in some points of the show she just seems so unhappy, and like I feel like every girl has been there with a nigga. Like at a
And
point.
I think that's what the world sees and what they love. Like,
And that is
we're so,
sick.
yeah, we're a twisted country.
Yeah.
Like, we are people are literally applauding her, and she planned it and said it. Like, I'm gonna take your nigga. Like, and people were applauding this because at the end of the day, they're hoping one day that that's possible for them.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
So what about when Blueface like stole off on her daddy? Because it, like, how do you feel about that scene? How
I
did you
felt
feel?
like I know him, so I know, my older son trained him mentally, like PTSD. Don't let nobody touch you.
Mhm.
I don't care who it is. Take it to the end. Don't let nobody touch you.
Mhm.
And that's how they roll. Like, I feel like he shouldn't have used that on somebody's parent, but I also feel like it's like,
It is what it
bitch, you
is.
hit my mom.
Period.
I'm getting my licks back all day.
Period. No, I
'Cause if
feel
you
that.
notice, after me and her got into it, and a month later, he was dusting that ass off, kneeing her and everything. So I'm pretty sure that pain was in there. And when I hear him on interviews, like, man, my mom disappointed
You
me.
talking about like knee and who? Krishan?
Yeah, he was giving it to her. I never seen him.
Wait,
do
so
that.
do you like? Is that okay?
That is not okay.
Okay, because I'm like,
but
hold
if
up.
somebody hits you, that's okay.
So if a man hits a woman, if
she
a
wasn't
woman
just-
hits a man has the right to hit her back, is what you're saying.
I tell Callie all the time, when we slap them, they can take that. When you start duking them like your brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you start duking a dude like you a man and you hit him the wrong way, especially if he got street PTSD, you gonna get hit back.
Mhm.
It's just, you have to know the boundary with, hitting somebody, even, not just a man, but even another woman that might, beat you up.
Right.
You can't, I definitely would never tell him, it's okay. You saw how I was when him and his sister was at it. Like, it's a no, no, no if it's a girl, but it's a yes, yes, yes if she finna put you down.
Mhm.
He was literally on the ground.
Mhm.
And it was time to get up and get your lick back. So I laughed about it.
Right. Okay, so Miss Karlissa, what do you have going on next? Can we expect anything coming up from you? You told me that you had a reality TV show that you're working on. What can we expect next from you?
So since they ran off with my idea,
Wait, what was the idea?
We've been taking, if you notice, for the last 2 years, we've been kind of warming up to family photos and doing different photos, manifesting our TV show.
Mhm.
Somebody got a hold of that, and then that's how you got Crazy in Love.
Not surprised.
Yeah, very premature and very, but that's okay, because if they make a bag first and we make a bag second, it is what it is.
Mhm.
But what it also told me too, though, is that if Zeus can do it, we can do it. We don't need to, be on somebody's network. And all of our fan base together, we should be able to climb the ladder. If the Kardashians can make money off of, real family values and real family arguments, so can, the mama's kids.
Period. And what else you got? Come on, tell us everything else. What else you got coming up?
I mean,
So you just have that coming
so at
up?
the end of the road, what I see at the end of the road, what I really, really, really want to do is hook up with somebody like Ice Cube or Spike Lee and do a Netflix series.
Were you on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Friday after next, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that? They need to come. They need to go ahead and bring back Friday because I'm trying to be Felicia in the next one.
You is Felicia for sure. I can see that. Yeah, I don't know what's taking so long. We don't get any of those movies no more. I mean, I feel like that's what we missing too. Like, we don't see any movies where we see, the parents still together. Like, in our community, we're just not giving TV to the kids. Like, we're just giving them games and weird stuff on IG. But I feel like there's a niche for it for sure.
Yeah. So you guys heard it first. All the tea, the drama, the scoop, the spill on the Hollywood Group Chat Podcast, period. Once again, this is our special guest, Miss Karlissa. She's going to tell you in her camera where you can find her: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you got.
Oh, shoot. I don't have a Twitter, but I'm Karlissa Angelic. Karlissa with 2 S's and a K. Y'all know me. Just put in Blueface Mama. I'm everywhere. And my TikTok is the same thing as well.
Okay, so up next we have our Patreon questions. So these are like a little bit more juicier questions, and people have to join our Patreon to get the answers. So you guys, I don't know where my camera is because I'm not used to the setup. It's right here. So you guys, I'm going to ask more questions. If you want the answers, or if you want to know the answers to these juicy questions, you guys are going to have to join us on Patreon. The link's in my bio. But we're going to get into it. Okay.
And you know what? I just want to say that you are a very respectful young lady.
Thank you.
You are definitely somebody that I would approve of. For Blue or
I
for
mean,
Dre.
your son did.
Look.
He did slide in my DMs before, but
Oh.
yeah, but I didn't want I didn't want no smoke with his girlfriend or girlfriend. So
I would have definitely approved because this entire time you've addressed me as Miss, regardless of what you heard or what you've seen, and you've been very respectful.
thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, guys, it's a wrap. We're done.